Babe Ruth, he had a little bit of a gut on him late in his career. Actually pointed to the center field bleachers and hit the phantom home run, ran the bases, then slid in home, and everybody got a big kick out of it. Then every time it got cloudy, general managers are calling me, asking me if I was going to do the sliding act on the tarp.
Dempsey did more than just gain fame in the rain with his traveling tarp sliding show. He even inspired a family member to carry the torch.
Well, Rick Dempsey's my uncle, and he has his own rendition of the tarp slide that everybody's seen. Mine's a little bit more quick, a little bit faster, more of a 90s approach. Uncle Rick, eat your heart out.
Variations on the Dempsey delay doctrine abound, like the night when the Mets' Robin Ventura used the rain-swept stage at Yankee Stadium to perform a hilarious one-act play, a Bronx parody of teammate Mike Piazza. And the fans soaked it up.
It was funny because I saw Robin walking down the tunnel, and then he had my shirt on, and he had the mustache a little crooked, and I was not as tight as I get it.
And the folks who are still here were very excited.
And, you know, Robin is one of those guys that so much fun to be around.
And Piazza seemed to be enjoying it.
He's a guy that's just, you know you're going to laugh. I mean, you're going to be down one day, he's going to say something, and then just for him, that's just so typical of what, you know, he does for a ball club, just adds that comic relief.
And now the finale of Rain Delay Theater.
I've always wanted to do a tarp slide. You know, I never really felt like I deserved to do it, you know, because you always see the big-time players. Robin Ventura comes to mind, and of course, Rick Dempsey, you know, comes to mind. There's a rain delay, and, you know, I just wanted to have a little fun with it.
Back here at Comerica Park where the rain is still falling, and Todd Jones has donned his Maglio hair and his Maglio jersey, and perhaps is going to recreate the 2006 home run that Maglio hit over Houston Street to put the Tigers in the World Series.
It's way back! The Tigers are going to the World Series!
I had to find the Maglio Ordonez wig and go back in the video room and take a look at his home run and how he did it and everything with the fist pump.
Three-run walk-off home run!
The Tigers are going to the World Series. This is a terrific show.
Had a lot of fun with it. It was a big thrill for me, and you know, I really enjoyed that. Something I always wanted to do.
Here now is a classic blooper in which fear is a factor.
All-Star games are supposed to be a lot of fun for the players, for the media, for the fans. Randy Johnson's on the mound, and he throws one of those 185-mile-an-hour fastballs.
Watch the reaction of John Kruk.
And Kruk jumps back and he starts pounding his chest.
Would you say his heart is palpitating a bit?
It was up 2 or 3 feet over his head, and everybody knows the intentional.
He did that on purpose. He did that on purpose. He did it on purpose.
I said to him, "Did you do that on purpose when you threw that ball over Crook's head?" And he kind of looked at me and smiled like, "Yeah, you know, of course I did."
Johnson has had pitches clocked at as much as 102 miles per hour in Major League play. I don't blame John one bit.
When I stepped in the box, I said, all I want to do is make contact. And after the first pitch, I said, all I want to do is live.
He failed out again at the breaking ball. He wants no part of Randy Johnson.
And I lived, so I had a good at-bat.
John had no chance.
So you would have thought that 4 years later, at the '97 All-Star Game, Larry Walker would have seen this coming.
He did it again! He did it again!
He threw it over his head. Walker goes down on one knee and genuflects and is going to hit from the other side of the plate.
Threw the helmet on backwards, looked like a complete fool in front of the whole country, and went to the other batter's box. I got a kick out of it. People got a kick out of it. It was fun.
Obviously, Randy was acting, which brings us to this. In the night lights of the ballpark, players often shine. But in the bright lights of TV, well, not so much.
Broken.
Boom! Action! When pitchers are too hot to handle, I use Susie's oven mitts. What's the deal with those sideburns, man?
I don't know. You know, hitting for me is easier than acting, that's for sure. Nope, I'm single.
My name is Johnny D. I'm drinking Pepsi. And if you can be a better rapper than me...
Take 2, 3.
Oh, man, I better stick to baseball.
See, now that's a veteran talking. But teams still ask these guys to become actors for their annual commercials. And although a few have met with critical success, the Seattle Mariners always manage to come up with some of the very best.
You think they call that bat a fungo because it's fun? I mean, fun, go?
I'm only a left-handed hitter.
What do you mean? You're a switch hitter. You're solid from both sides.
Actually, the right-handed hitter is my twin brother, Pepe. Pepe Vitro, good to meet you. What's up, Jose?
The Mariners do a great job with their advertising and their commercials. They always come up with some funny stuff every year.
You're not kidding me. Muy caliente.
We pretty much just have to show up. No work at all.
The left fielder,
I never got to see the crowd with the U's and all that stuff.
How many U's are in your name anyway?
Sometimes 5,
Sometimes 8.
We have a great time doing them, and the outtakes are great. It's really cool to be a part of.
sometimes 5, sometimes 8.
Punk.
Hi. Enter to win. It's in tune. Hello there, kids. Enter to win up to great. Check it out, Ichiro. They got a new contest here.
Of course, having Ichiro on the team brings to mind another one-word name, Oscar.
Nice contest, bro. Thanks.
Gotta make that target smaller.
Check this out. Fastball low and outside. Want to see his curveball?
His curveball? Just a bit outside.
But the Mariners aren't alone. The Colorado Rockies also get the most from their players.
The process of making commercials is great. We have great producers. They just have a blast with it, and they come up with some great ideas.
They become pretty interesting, pretty comical, I think, for the most part. They're a lot of fun to do, I know that.
Okay.
We're not actors or anything like that, as you can tell.
You know, if you can't finish this thing, we're gonna have to bring Skipper out here to finish it, or something like that. That's why I only get my bats from the studio. I thought we were done after number 1.
We've got some characters on this team, so they kind of brought that to life. My personal favorite is I love Cookie sitting on his chair with his cowboy hat.
It's all about picking what's right for you.
The days I don't pitch, I screw around, have a lot of fun, so it didn't take much to twist my arm to get me to do it. You know, the 10-gallon hat kind of set it off, so.
Let's do this.
I like the Baldo Jimenez with the Herbie there.
Few Bardo, try Herbie there.
I get a lot of imitations of that from people back home.
Major League Baseball players play 7 months of the year almost every day. So coming home to their families can be a major adjustment.
My favorite would have to be the Rockies at home when I'm changing my son's diaper.
All right, bud. What's on deck for Daddy?
You know, that was pretty special. I know my wife was really excited to have Wyatt on TV.
My favorite commercial is probably the wedding one when Todd comes in and tells the guy if he needs help on his honeymoon, then to call him.
Let me know if you need help with honeymoon.
To be able to just relax, make some fun commercials that the fans enjoy, it's something that's pretty neat.
These are too hot to handle. I use Susie's oven mitts. Really?
The good news is these guys have another job to fall back on, and it's one where they get to act like ball players. This classic is one of the all-time base running blunders, courtesy of Ruben Rivera.
Rivera leading from first. Grace holding on the bag against it. The pitch. Swinging. There's a shot deep in the right center. Racing back to Lucci. Still going back into Death Valley. It goes right over his glove. He missed it, but Ruben Rivera missed second base. Now he's heading for third, and they're going to throw him out by plenty, but the corner third is boxed. Now he's heading home. The loose ball in the infield, and he's out by 5 feet at the plate.
Ruben Rivera was running from first to second, second to first, first to third, touched the mound. I don't know, he was all over the field.
The game should be over, and Ruben Rivera just did the worst base running you will ever see.
It was like he was running a suicide drill. You run forward 30 feet, you run backward 30 feet, back and forth, back and forth.
He came around second and ended up completely lost in the infield.
I think everybody in the ballpark got a laugh when it was all over, I think except for Lou, who was the manager.
It was a base running blunder from the beginning. What was he thinking? Head wasn't in the game.
And that was the worst base running in the history of the game.
Guys sure seem to leave their base running bloopers in San Francisco. For before Rivera, there was Calvin Murray.
Base hit, but Murray stumbled and fell. Nonetheless, he's being waved home, but he stumbles and falls again. Here goes the throw back to third, and it hits him. It rolls away. It goes into left field. Murray back up, hits home. Here comes the throw. It's good. It's wide of the mark, and he scores, and the Giants win the game unbelievably.
That wouldn't have happened if he'd listened to his coach.
Stop at first, and then we're going to take a primary lead, 2 shuffle steps, and then we're going to go first to third.
It seems simple for some.
Run down. Get there.
But not for everyone.
And you won't see one like that very often.
Easy.
Curveball lifted. Not an easy play. Bernsey coming. Diving, and he can't hold on. He scrambles for that baseball. Where do you go with it? Sliding in. Out!
That away.
Berkman stumbles around second base.
Sniper, okay. Sniper in the upper deck.
They do have the pickoff play on. So one time you'll dive back to third. Okay, you throw these arms back, and now you thrust back.
You don't have to be on the base paths to lose your mind, and even the pride of the pinstripes are prone to the kind of faux pas that make the rest of us smile.
Matsui has it. Tag from Hillenbrand.
I was at second base, put his head down, and he started jogging in.
And look at this. He has no idea that there is just 2 out.
And then he looked at some people in the stands, and I thought he was going to flip the ball into the stands in left field. And by the time I made up my mind to go, he had already run halfway in from left field to third base.
And he's going to get Zahn at third base. What was Matsui thinking?
Could it have been the same thing Johnny Damon was thinking on this play?
Driven out to left field. Damon back, battling the sun, still battling it, and he makes the play. And he forgot how many outs there were, and they're going to wave home Turner. Here's the throw, and it is a 2-base sac fly.
Well, yeah, you obviously got to know how many outs there are.
You sure do. But just a few days later, the Yankees were at it again.